Gaur-mandala Bhumi is compared to a lotus flower with 108 petals. There are 100 petals in the outer part of this lotus flower, and in the very center there is the 8 petals of 8 islands of Navadvip, and the center whirl of that lotus flower is Antardvip, and the center is Sri Mayapur Dham. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains all the holy places are manifested in Navadvip Dham. All the 16 sacred rivers, the 7 holy cities, the 12 forests of Vrindavan, all have their place eternally in Sri Navadvip. The river Ganga, Saraswati, Jalangi, Alaknanda, Narmada, Jamuna, and other rivers, they divide Navadvip into 9 islands. Today in some places those rivers are dried up, and in some places they are flowing. The 9 islands of Navadvip represent the 9 processes of devotional service. On the eastern bank of Ganga is Antardvip, which represents Atmanivedanam, surrendering everything to the Lord. Simantadvip represents how we can achieve the ultimate perfection of pure love of God through hearing the glories of the Lord. Godramdvip represents the process of chanting the names and glories of God. Madhyadvip represents remembering the Lord. Koladvip, serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Ritadvip, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Janudvip, praying to the Supreme Lord. Modramdvip, by carrying out the order or serving, and Rudradvip, by becoming the friend of the Lord. Sri Navadvip Dham is especially blessed with the presence of the holy river Ganga Devi. Ganga Devi saw her beloved sister Jamuna facilitating Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan with the Gopas and Gopis. So Ganga Devi performed penances and austerities with love in her heart, praying for the opportunity to also participate in the loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave her the benediction that when he appears in the age of Kali, the same transcendental pastimes of Vrindavan will be enacted by him and his associates in the holy river Ganga. Ganga is so pure. There is a story of how once Garudadev, the bird carrier of Vishnu, had captured a snake, and he happened to fly over the Ganges, and the tail of that serpent happened to touch the Ganges. Immediately that snake was transformed into a beautiful 4-armed form of a resident of Vaikuntha. And Garudadev personally brought him to Vaikuntha Dham. Nimai Pandit, before he would begin his classes every day, he would go to the bank of the Ganga. He would bow down to Ganga Devi. He would bathe in Ganga Devi, and he would praise her glorious qualities. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has said that anyone who is touched by the breeze that is coming from Ganga will certainly, in course of time, get pure devotional service. What to speak of those who taste the water or bathe in the water? In the Bhakti Ratnakar, as well as in the Navadvip Mahatmya, this very historical pilgrimage of Jiva Goswami and Nityananda Prabhu are described. In 1918, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur inaugurated the first Navadvip Parikrama of modern times, following in the footsteps of Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Jiva Goswami. His father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he was living in the Rani Dharmashala, Bhaktivinoda had a vision where he saw a radiant light emanating from a particular part of Mayapur. And with the help of deep, intensive research of scriptures, maps, and histories, he discovered the original, authentic birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The greatest of all the self-realized acharyas, Jagannath Das Babaji, was brought there. At that time he was over 100 years old. He hadn't walked in years. He was carried in a basket when Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought him to that holy place where there was only Yavanas living, but the only thing that was growing there were tulsi plants. Jagannath Das Babaji leaped out of his basket, dancing in ecstasy, crying, Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan. When Thakur Bhaktivinoda was living in Godramdvip at his home, from the rooftop he had a vision. He writes this vision in his literatures. In that vision he saw the mercy of Gaur Nitai flooding the entire world. He saw people from all the different sections of India, of all castes. He saw Americans, Europeans, Africans, Russians, men, women, rich, poor. He saw people from all over the world loving each other like brothers and sisters, with their arms raised, dancing in ecstasy together here in Sri Navadvip while chanting the holy names of the Lord.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.